Welcome everyone to Chem 1307 007. This is an online course and I have been teaching this class face to face as well as online for the last 5 years at San Antonio College. I am Professor Saumil Christian and I have a master's in chemistry from New York, and I have been teaching at San Antonio College for 5 years. Before that, I was teaching at a college in New York City. Now, first thing you need to do in order to maneuver your way through this course is click on the home button, and when you do, you will arrive at this page which you see. And while your end will look slightly different, the parts that I'm about to discuss will be the same. So the first link you will see is the online tutoring link. There is a reason why I have placed it on the top, because I expect you to want to go to tutoring because you will need it in order to do very good in this class. When you click on that link, you will arrive on this page, and this page has tutors for different courses. The bio spot stands for biology, and here are the tutors. These are the meeting IDs for Zoom meeting. Please download Zoom, and these are their schedules, and these are the courses that they are proficient at to teach you. But since we are a chemistry course, Chem 1307 is chemistry, you have the tutors here, and you see what tutor is proficient in what sort of chemistry. For example, the last tutor here is proficient in this chemistry. Now this particular schedule is for the summer, which is behind us, and this page will be updated with a new schedule and maybe even new tutors with new meeting IDs coming for the coming fall, which will begin in a very short time. So please bookmark this page, or just be aware that you can see tutors in order to have your questions answered so that you do well in this course. Going back, this is the cover page for your textbook, and I will mention more about the textbook when we look at our course syllabus. And in order to begin your study, this is where you should click here to begin. We'll do that in a few minutes, but first you have my office. Obviously, because of the pandemic, we are not meeting at the office. Neither do I expect you to call me at my office phone number. My expected way of correspondence is through email, and this is my email address. Please make sure that you contact me through your email address, which is also alamo.edu, not through outside of the college email account, because Canvas email will reject those other email account emails. And I will respond to you within 24 hours during weekdays. Why weekdays? Well, that's our school time. If you send me a email on Friday, late Friday evening or Saturday morning, while I may check my email and answer you, but it may not happen. I may not be available, and in that case, the earliest I will respond will be on Monday morning. So just be aware of that fact. Okay, during weekdays, I will reply to you within 24 hours. Now, these are my office hours, Wednesday and Friday, between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. The office hours are conducted again through Zoom, not face to face. But do not just expect me to sit at my computer waiting for you. What you should do is, according to your schedule, send me an email to book an appointment period with me. For example, you may want to see me on Friday at 4 p.m. And so you can send me an email, and assuming that I don't have another student who has scheduled the same time, I will reply that yes, we can see and we can meet. And once scheduled, click here during that time, Friday 4 p.m. Click here where it says to visit Professor Christian during the online office hours, and I will be available at that time. Right? So make sure you schedule with me first before just showing up and clicking here. Also, the office hours are tentative. They can change, in which case I will let you know through announcement on Canvas. Okay. If there is anything wrong with Canvas, any issue with this learning management system, then you can call this number. Okay. And here is the help desk number with our college, and also you have a link, this icon here. The help icon is available right here on the left, and so you can further find out what's wrong through the help available there. Right. So now, with that said, let's click here to begin and see where we are going. What you have here is the introduction to this online course. That's basically the video you are listening to right now. Okay. And then you have some information. Please read this and let's go over it. This course is organized into 8 bi-weekly modules. Okay, this is a 16-week course and there will be 8 modules. The modules will be available through Canvas. Here you see the link here. Okay, on your end you will not be able to see all the ones you see here because this is my end, but wherever you don't have this icon here which says disabled not visible to student, you should be able to see everything else. Okay, so the modules are available directly, 8 modules. Each one is made up of 2 weeks. Okay, at the end of each week there will be a homework and a quiz. All right, and there will be more information as well, which I will show you in a few minutes. Okay, so now let's click on, by the way, there are 3 exams and a final exam. We'll talk about that as well. Let's click on next and see where we go. You maneuver your way through the course by clicking next and previous. And so here are the student learning outcomes. Please go over these outcomes. These are the topics which will be covered in this course for the next 16 weeks. Okay. Now here you have the link to the course syllabus. We want to take a look at it. So let's have a look. Let's click here and it opens the course syllabus. It lists my email address, office phone number and my office hours again. Okay, so again you have the cover page for the textbook. Now as I was saying, I will mention more about the textbook. So what I will tell you is that you do not have to purchase a hard copy of the textbook. I repeat, you do not have to purchase. The e-text version is already available to you and the tuition cost that you paid for includes the cost of the e-text. Now unless you want to have your hands on the actual physical hard copy, I suggest you do not worry about it and you have the access to the e-text, which I will show you. Actually, let's see it right now. If you click here, McGraw-Hill Connect, you will, I'm going to open it in a new page, and on your end you may have to register if you are a new student, but if you are already a student registered here, you will have easy time coming to this page just after logging in, right? So your end again will be slightly different, but here is the ebook, the smart book version, which can interact with you. Okay, and the more like the hard copy version, the physical copy version here. So let's click on this and see what it does, and it is opening the e-text. Okay, let's go on the last page which I had opened, and it's chapter 3. Okay, somewhere here is the, once you click on that side bar, you have the index for all the chapters. So this is your textbook, right? So let's close this and go back to where we were, this as well. Okay, so that's your e-text. In case you want to buy the hard copy, this is the ISBN number and the ISBN 13 number. Okay. Now in order to succeed in this class, the requirements apart from the e-text is having a webcam on your computer with an internet connection. So why do you need all that? Why do you need the internet? Obviously you need to be able to access all the content through internet and you need a computer for that. But why a webcam? The webcam is necessary for your exams. You will be monitored through a software called Respondus that will turn on your webcam and monitor whether there is anybody else helping you or whether you have some other source that you have opened that is something that I have not given you the freedom to use, right? So you need that software, but you will not be downloading it separately. What you will be downloading and installing is called Lockdown Browser. You will be taking your exam within the browser, and this browser includes the software Respondus. This browser locks down everything. That's why it's called Lockdown Browser. It locks down your entire screen, and the only options left are to finish the exam or quit the exam, okay, or run out of time. And then you are able to go out and just use your computer regularly. You need a good internet connection. Hopefully you have a good internet connection that doesn't fail, because if it does fail during the exam time, then you will be locked out of the exam. So please make sure you are either you already have a good connection or that you can go to a location during the exam time where the connection is stable, right? This is the description for the course. Again, the outcomes you saw earlier are mentioned here again. The course evaluation, if you have between 90 and 100, that's an A. If you get 89.5, I will round it to a 90. Okay, but if you get 89.3 or 4, that rounds to an 89, and that's a B. You took physics, you took chemistry 1405, or if you did not take it, you did something equivalent to that where you learned how to round. So 89.5 rounds to 90, while 89.4 rounds to 89. Okay, be aware of that. The grading rubric includes the following: 5% discussion and reports, and we'll look at one discussion, and later on I will add more discussion topics as well as some reports. All those included is 5%. Quizzes 10%, homeworks 15%, 3 exams 50%, and final exam 20%. Right? I will drop one homework and drop one quiz. All right. And as for exams, there will be 3 exams, and I will replace the lowest grade exam with the average of the lowest and the highest. So let's say towards the end of the course, you have exam 1 score of 80, exam 2 score of 70, and exam 3 score of 60. So the highest was 80 and the lowest was 60. The average of them is 70. So instead of having an 80, 70, and 60, you will have 80, 70, and a 70. That's what it means to replace the lowest with the average of the lowest and the highest. Right? The final exam is required, and it will not replace any of the 3 exams, neither will it be replaced by any of those 3. Please be aware of that. Okay. Then here are details about the course policies, accommodation requests, if any. Just go through this at your leisure. Okay. If you want to withdraw from the course, you can send me a withdrawal request, an official request through ACES, following the guidelines given here. I expect you not to plagiarize or cheat as part of the honor policy. Please make sure that you read the student code of conduct here. Now here is our schedule. Since we have 16 weeks, this is how our course is going to be scheduled. Now this schedule is tentative, it can change, but we will try to remain on it. It's actually more or less not as tentative as it would be if it was a face-to-face class, because in a face-to-face setting we may spend more time on some topic or less time. Here you are more or less required to be on track. Okay, and you have to keep up with the course and visit tutoring in order to make sure that you are there ready. Okay, so for example, week 1 is the orientation, which we are going through right now. This video is part of the orientation, and chapter 10. Week 2 is chapter 11, week 3 is chapter 12, week 4 is chapter 13. Then week 5 is review for this 4, and you should review it given the materials that I have provided, the quizzes and the homeworks, as well as the textbook problems, and then take the exam during that time. Okay. Then similarly you have week 6, 7, 8, all the way up to week 16. Okay. All right, so the rest of the information sort of pertains to actually physically being at the campus, which is not something we are doing currently, but please go over all the policies, institutional policies, college policies, and be aware of everything that's given here. Okay, so that's your syllabus. Now let's go back to where we came from, and we read the syllabus, read it carefully, and then click on next. Again, here is the mention of the textbook and the internet with the webcam information. Again, it's very important, that's why it's emphasized again. Student expectations page, be professional, be a good classmate, and all the ones you see here. Late work policy, I do not accept late work, so please plan your time accordingly so that you do not miss any deadlines. Course week, so the course week in my class starts on Monday and ends on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. For the next week's course, I will be releasing the module during the weekend, okay, as it says here. Let's click next. Okay, there will be discussions, like I said, discussions and reports are 5%, and there is actually a discussion within the orientation itself. Make sure you follow the netiquette page. What is netiquette? It's a combination of the word net and etiquette. Okay, how to behave professionally and respectfully online. So when we discuss and write our ideas on the discussion forum, we want to respect others and we want to treat others with the same respect we want to be treated with. So you want to read this and make sure that you comply. Okay, and also watch the video on what is netiquette. Student support, click here. Okay, student support services. We are San Antonio College, but you may be a student at other colleges as well. Okay, so other of the Alamo colleges, and so here are the links to each of them. Now, apart from having the lockdown browser with Respondus, you have to go through one more step to verify yourself, as well as to verify your hardware, whether it's a Windows laptop or a Windows desktop or MacBook or iMac or whatever it is that you'll be using for taking the exams. Okay, so watch this video on the BioSig ID instructions page, and then the next page takes you through the process of basically enrolling your device that you would be using for this course or for the exam. Okay, if there are any issues, please send me email. And after that, as you see, before I click on next, it's the mouse as it hovers here, it tells you the icebreaker discussion, and so that's what's coming up next. And this is the discussion I want you to be participating in for the first week, apart from other activities. And in this introductory discussion, you will write anywhere between 50 and 75 words and give your name, your major, and what you expect to get out of this class. Not only that, but you must reply to at least one classmate's post. Okay, I want you to be friends with each other. Just because we are online doesn't mean we cannot make friends. We can make study groups and we can make friends, and I expect you to be able to do that here through this discussion here. This particular discussion is actually 10 points. All right, 10 points of the 5% of the total grade for this class. Now when you click on next, you will arrive at week 1 and week 2 module. Remember, there are 8 modules. So instead of clicking on that, I want us to click on modules here and see how it's organized. We just went through these pages: the home page, the welcome page, student learning outcome page, and so on, the BioSig introductions page, and also the last page was your icebreaker discussion. You have to go through each of these sequentially. Here you see the green arrows, check marks rather, but on your end you will not see that. You will actually have to go through each page sequentially. Okay, once you do that, you will be ready for the week 1 and week 2 content. Week 1 is alkanes, week 2 is alkenes, what we are studying. And so here is just your first 2 week content. All right, now when you click here, you will have week 1 and week 2 overview. Okay, what you will be learning in week 1, the learning outcomes for that week. Okay, the objectives and what are the tasks for that week. So for example, in week 1, I expect you to read chapter 10, especially I suggest you read the whole chapter, but what you are required to read in order to succeed in this class is from pages 330 to 360. Complete the BioSig assignment. You will see that within the module. Participate in the icebreaker discussion. You actually saw both of this already, which is very easy to do. And then week 1 includes homework 1 on alkanes and quiz 1. I give you more attempts for the homework than the quiz. Okay, you get about, some homeworks you will get 3 attempts, some depending on difficulty you may get more, and homework is not timed. On the other hand, quiz you only get 1 attempt and it's timed. Okay, so that's the difference, and there are only a few questions in the quiz part. Okay, then you have week 2. what you will learn in that week, the objectives, and what you should be reading. Chapter 11, pages 369 to 398, completing homework 2 and quiz 2. So that's your week 1 and week 2 overview for module 1. And then you click next, you arrive on this page. This is where your learning begins. Hydrocarbons. Let's actually go to modules again and see. Okay, I'm going to open a new window for modules. And so we just looked at the overview, then you are looking at this page, hydrocarbons. Now if I was to click after reading through this material and click here, that would take me to the next page called functional groups, right, which is this page. So this is how you maneuver your way through the course sequentially, right? Homeworks, quizzes, then here is a wrap up. Let's open that page. The wrap up gives you link to the same pages that you maneuvered your way through. Okay, and then starts week 2, right? So week 1, week 2 is available right now. Week 3, week 4 is available, as well as week 5, in which time I want you to do the biosig for exam 1 and exam 1. The biosig, which is verifying your identity and also your device that you'll be using for the exam, is something you will be doing for each exam, exam 1, exam 2, exam 3, as well as the final exam. So you'll be doing it 4 times plus 1 more time in the orientation just for practice here. Okay, so you'll be doing it 5 times. Okay. So that's your course, and I am here for you. I am available during the during the office hours to tutor you and to talk with you about any difficulty you have. You have tutors available up here. Okay, so we are here for you, and I look forward to discussing with you on the forum and also seeing you through the Zoom meetings. My best wishes, and you should have access to this course now, and I look forward to seeing you.